Thank you, Mr. Chase. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro, and the lovely, and you're right, Chase, sunny Green Hills of Southern Middle Tennessee. It's that time of the month where we have the Bedford County, Shelbyville-Bedford County Partnership, the Economic Development, Workforce Development, Chamber of Commerce, Tourism, you name it, here in Bedford County to come in, and we have their Vice President this morning, Kelly North. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, Scott. Thanks for having me this morning.
Always good to have you. I know you guys always have your plate full with a lot going on in here. In Bedford County. I know folks appreciate that. And just for our listening audience, let's just give them a little bit of a reminder of the kind of a short synopsis of what all you guys do for economic development and so on and so forth here in Bedford County.
Sure, absolutely. So we are the local agency for economic and community development for Shelbyville and Bedford County, which means that we focus on things like business retention and expansion, making sure our existing businesses have what it is that they need to continue to be successful in our community. We also focus on workforce development. We want to make sure that our students are getting the right training and the skills that they need to secure meaningful employment after high school. The Chamber of Commerce happens to be under our organization's umbrella, and we provide a plethora of small business support.
I want you to spell that. We used to have.
Where's producer Brandon when I need him?
I know, we used to have the spelling sitting right here. Plethora.
But
that's a whole bunch of stuff.
It's a whole host of programs
That's right.
that the Chamber of Commerce provides to help its members connect with other professionals in the community, promote their business, and grow their small businesses in Bedford County. And then we also focus on tourism. We are the destination marketing organization for Bedford County, and we are charged with promoting things like Near Screen Distillery, Music City Cartplex, the Celebrations Campgrounds, Cooper Steel Arena, and all of the events that are happening there. And then finally, we have a sister organization, the Shelbyville-Bedford Community Foundation, that's focused on projects that enhance education, quality of life, and quality of place in Bedford County.
Which both organizations are nonprofits.
Yes.
Well, I know one's a 6 and one's a 3, for those of you that know that kind of stuff out there on tax purposes and things like that. But I think one of the things that you mentioned you wanted to focus on today, and this is I would call it a growing industry here in Bedford County, and there's a whole host of reasons on why we like this, even from a government perspective, and that's tourism.
Yes, tourism is, we don't really think about Shelbyville and Bedford County as a tourist destination.
I think day-to-day, most folks don't, right?
Yes.
There are certainly people that focus on that, but I mean, day-to-day, your average resident probably doesn't think about that, right?
We think about tourism, and we're thinking Nashville. We're thinking Gatlinburg. We're thinking trekking down to the beach for a Florida vacation.
Right.
But Bedford County, especially in the last, say, 5 years, has quickly grown into a hub for tourism.
For years, Kelly, and I know you know this, that we watched all those tour buses go from Nashville to Jack Daniels, right through our town.
Yes, right along the Whiskey Trail.
Right along the Whiskey Trail, but they didn't stop.
Yes.
That's not true anymore.
No, that is not the case at all. Now folks are stopping at Near Screen Distillery as part of as one of their legs on the Whiskey Trail. They're passing through the square, and they're stopping for lunch at Glass Hollow Table, and then they're heading down to Lynchburg. So it's nice to see those tour buses. As a matter of fact, I saw one on the square just last week.
A tour bus?
Yes.
On our square?
On our square.
All right. Well, I know the city is doing a good job on working on parking down there.
Absolutely. Yes,
they're going to expand the parking because we certainly need it on this square.
Well, and I think phase 1 of those efforts is well underway with the parking expansion near the Fly Arts Center and just behind Glass Hollow.
I think they're adding roughly, 80 parking slots or something back in there, which ought to really help. Because, of course, you also have the other facility opening up, Grindstone Cowboy, which I think the last I heard.
So exciting.
End of July, first part of August, which will bring more folks coming in here.
More folks, a little bit of a nightlife to the downtown area, and just think of what the square will look like in the next 5 years when the Riverview District is complete.
When I moved back here and retired from the military, I remember a lot of the businesses up there either weren't operational, but that's a booming place down there. Our square is.
So my office is on the square.
Yes.
And daily,
you see what's going on.
Daily, we see what's going on and the amount of traffic that is on the square at any given time, any day of the week.
Let's talk a little bit about why tourism is important to our residents, because they see the tour buses, they see some of the traffic with that probably, but why is it important to us here?
So tourism is important for several different reasons. Okay. It generates income for our local businesses. It generates sales tax revenue for our municipalities. It creates jobs.
And county government.
It creates infrastructure, or the need to develop infrastructure. And I think that one of the most important things that tourism does for a rural community like ours is it preserves our traditions and our heritage. So when I think about tourism in Shelbyville, the first thing that comes to mind is the Walking Horse Celebration.
Absolutely.
Without question.
No question.
Yes.
Been here since 1939. Mm-hmm. That's a couple of years.
Just a few,
which is also a nonprofit organization. Yes. But, I know at the Celebration Grounds now, and the board made a decision a few years ago, we really need to diversify. Mm-hmm. It's certainly the premier walking horse facility and always will be.
Yes.
But we have a lot of other events out there now, right? And I know you guys work closely with Warren Wells and his staff out there. But there's 40-plus events now that are the multi-night events every year out there at Cooper Steel Arena.
Warren and his staff have done a phenomenal job of building a regular schedule of events to not only bring people into our community, because we want them to come into our community, and we definitely want them to spend their money in our businesses and our stores and our restaurants, but to give the folks that live here an opportunity for some recreation or something that they might find some interest in that they would have to drive to Nashville to find.
Win, right?
Absolutely.
And, and of course, that's it's a huge economic driver, right?
Yes.
I mean, the benefits of whatever event it is that comes in for 3 or 4 or 5, sometimes 6 nights here. So what are folks are doing? They're staying in our hotels.
They are.
They're eating in our restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what they are, if it's an equine event, they're buying from our businesses here, whether that's hay, grain, whatever it might be. What does that do? That generates sales tax.
Yes.
And sales tax goes back to local government, right? Whether it's the cities or the county or whatever. And we always like to say that, in just to kind of put it in simple terms on the sales tax and the tourism dollars, it's folks that come into the community, they spend money here, they help our businesses thrive, and they provide income to our governments, because you have to provide certain infrastructure needs, and then they leave.
Yes.
We don't have to educate their kids. Yes. We don't have to build schools for them.
Again,
I mean, that's why tourism
wins all around.
I mean, from that perspective, helping economically here, it provides employment opportunities, and then they leave.
Yes.
It's not that, we don't like them, but then they leave, and they leave their tax dollars, and that helps, and we don't have to build a school for them.
Yes. And we have... Gosh, when I think about the sheer number of tourism, what we in our business like to call assets, right? So those tourism fixtures in a community, we've got Near Screen Distillery, Humble Baron, Music City Cartplex, Tennessee Downs, soon to be coming to the community, the Celebration. And would be remiss if we didn't mention the Celebration Campgrounds, which is the largest RV park in Middle Tennessee.
It's like, I forget what we have out there, 280 slots. I believe it is the largest recreational vehicle. And when people stay there, what do? Well, they pay the Celebration to stay there, but they also pay hotel motel tax.
That's right.
Which goes to the city of Shelbyville.
That's right.
So it's just like it's a hotel room sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we're working on expanding use of that, because a lot of times that campground's only used during events out there, but we want people to be able to come in and stay at it, even if they're not attending a celebration event, because it's such a large facility, and we can generate revenue for the celebration and for the city of
Absolutely.
Shelbyville.
Absolutely.
And if they stay here, they're probably going to eat in our restaurants. They're probably going to visit Uncle Nearest. They're probably going to eat at the, do whatever, spend money.
They may have to make a trip to Kroger or Walmart to pick up some groceries. There's a whole host of opportunity to.
It's a multiplier. It's a multiplier effect, right? Yes. I know there's a formula that's used for that, but it's a multiplier effect. And I know that you brought. Let's talk a little bit about these different organizations. Of course, we already kind of talked about the celebration. That's 104 acres out there. Warren always corrects me. I used to call it 101. It's 104. We don't want to shortchange ourselves.
How many seats are in Cooper Steel Arena?
A little shy of 5,000, I think. 4,500 maybe, something in there. That's an indoor. That's unusual.
Yes.
We have we learn more about dirt out there because we found out if you put the right dirt, then the events will come.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like walking horses like hard-packed dirt. A lot of the other events, quarter horse stuff, they want soft dirt. And we got a grant. Warren got a grant from the state of Tennessee, and then we matched it, and we're able to now change dirt out, dig dirt up, which has helped us bring in a lot of different events that we couldn't have gotten in the past with just a hard-packed surface. Sure. So these things have all, of course, been strategically planned over the years.
Would be remiss if we didn't mention a huge thank you to Cooper Steel for their commitment to the community as a whole.
Well, that facility, folks, if you haven't been out there lately and haven't looked at Cooper Steel Arena and what the Cooper family's done out there in partnership with the celebration, I mean, it's much nicer. It's a great upgrade out there. Got rid of a lot of what I call our jail fencing that we had. I mean, it looks just really nice facade. Bathrooms are nice. A lot of times arenas don't have that. We do. That's important.
Yes.
And it's just a sound system that's second to none, which, you don't want to crackle a little bit. And, I mean, it's just the improvements. Please go out there. Folks, if you're just driving through town, just stop and walk through. You're welcome to do that. I know the Celebration Board would be happy to have you do that. Just come out live. We have people who go out there and walk the upper tier like a track.
Oh, yes.
I think 5 laps is a mile out there.
I have, as a result of the 8th grade career exploration fair.
You've used that before.
I have made many miles around.
Yeah, but I'm glad you mentioned that. Thanks again to the Cooper family and the partnership with the celebration to approve it, because what has that done? That's brought more events in.
Yes.
I mean, that's that snowball effect, and brought more revenue into our businesses and to the city and county governments here as well. And I know that folks are working hard out there at Celebration to even diversify more and bring in more events.
Absolutely.
We do have a few weekend. I mean, we got to leave a few of them free, like Christmas and things like that. But we do have a few left. And then, as we look at it and which ones are the most profitable and bringing the most revenue for the celebration and for the city and the county, we'll get to the point where we can kind of pick and choose. Actually,
yes.
That's where we want to be, and I know that's the goal, and we're well on the way.
Yes.
To go on there. So let's talk about. We got obviously.
You've got Nearest Green Distillery. If you start to go 231 north and you start to head towards Murfreesboro, you've got Nearest Green Distillery.
Right.
Humble Baron's getting ready to celebrate an anniversary this weekend. If you've not been to Humble Baron,
can you think of any community our size that has an event venue, restaurant bar type situation like that anywhere?
No.
I mean, I've traveled a lot around the world in a lot of places. I'd never seen a community this size had that kind of resource and asset.
Award-winning whiskey.
Yep, combined.
Award-winning food.
Yeah.
Some of the most amazing music. Have had an opportunity to see producer Chase play on that stage.
He sure has. Yes, congratulations, producer Chase, on that, playing music out there.
But Scott, you're right. I mean, you look at a community like ours, our size, and you don't see a venue like what we've got anywhere.
Like we have. So let's don't take that for granted.
That's right. And the rich history that comes along with Tennessee whiskey that's sitting right here in Bedford County.
Folks, we're talking to Kelly North, the Vice President of the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, about a plethora of things going on here in economic development and tourism here in Bedford County. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be right back.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com. When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting, the only locally owned radio station here in Bedford County. It's that time of the month where we have the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership / Chamber of Commerce / you name it.
Workforce
Development, Tourism organization to come in, and we're talking to Kelly North, the Vice President there, about tourism here in Bedford County. We were talking about, when we went to the break, Kelly, about Nearest Green Distilleries, the Humble Baron, and how that's such a unique, longest bar in the world.
Correct.
Certified.
Guinness Book of World Records. Certified.
Longest bar in the world.
Yes.
And I know if anybody wants to take them on that, they got plans to expand if they need to.
I think they do line dancing on Thursday night. They have
There's a
music
lot
on
of
Friday
events.
and Saturday,
Yes.
and then they do a gospel brunch on Sunday.
Folks, if you haven't been out there, take the time, go out there. What a nice new facility out there. There's a lot of folks, obviously, from outside the community to come through there, but it's just a great kind of experience. Take a tour out there if you haven't. Most of our folks have done Jack Daniels, and that's fine, but come on out. You got one local right here.
That's right.
And enjoy the barbecue, enjoy whatever out there.
Absolutely.
In the venue. And now we also have, we got 3 communities out there other than Shelbyville. We got, of course, Bell Buckle. Big tourism destination.
Huge tourism destination.
I mean, you can go to Bell Buckle at any time, and there's a bunch of folks at the Bell Buckle Cafe or shopping in the antiques.
Bookshop.
I know they have a very active Chamber of Commerce out there.
Yes.
And just bringing folks into our community.
I think they have one of the, I think I heard a couple weeks ago that they have one of the largest tourism events in the state of Tennessee in the Webb School Craft Fair.
Well, yeah, the Bell Buckle Arts and Crafts Fair. Yeah, it started out with Webb School, and then it kind of transitioned. And I worked that for years as a public safety official, and they may hit me and tell me I'm not right, but it's at least about 40,000 a day. So we double the size of Bedford County.
Yes.
Every day for 2 days. And of course, and it's just a great family event out there. A little traffic sometimes, but there's a lot of planning.
I go every year with my mother.
Do you really?
I sure do.
Yep. Okay, and walk.
One of her favorite things to do.
I mean, you wouldn't even recognize Maple Street if you go down Maple Street.
Right.
Where all the vendors are and all the food and the different crafts. And what a great event that brings a lot of people into our community. So thanks for mentioning that. Of course, we've got War Trace in Normandy, a couple of really War Trace, like a historic railroad town with a lot of things going on out there.
Yes.
I know they have festivals and different things going on.
They do. There's a music festival that's going to be happening in War Trace later this year, and the improvements that they've made to their own downtown and the businesses that they have in their own downtown are well worth the drive over to War Trace.
And then we got Normandy on the other end. Those are all on the railroad, folks.
That's right.
They all were railroad towns at one time. They've got a great group of folks down there running that community.
Yes.
I was at their town council meeting on Saturday, and they just got a lot going on.
Well, you think Normandy Lake, and then you have Lucky Duck kayak rentals, so folks who like to float the river or canoe out on the lake. It's tourism. It's absolutely tourism.
That's a great transition into the Duck River, Kelly, because I know that's one of the things you wanted to talk about. I guess it's probably been 10, 15 years ago where the National Geographic listed the Duck River as the most biodiverse river in North America.
That's right.
I didn't say Tennessee.
That's right.
I didn't say United States. I said in North America.
And 25 miles of it runs through Bedford County.
50-something.
Oh, is it 50? Oh, I stand corrected.
Now, I will say that about 25 of it's used a lot.
Okay.
So that's probably where that came from.
Okay.
The eastern side is used more than the western side. But, no, it's like 56 miles because it meanders so much. It's probably 25 miles straight across. Yeah. But because it meanders like that, it's about 56.
Okay.
But I know the city has a lot of plans for tourism down on the, like an overlook for the Duck River. They already have a park down there.
I am so excited about the plans for the Riverview District and to see what that is going to grow into over the years, to have a true outdoor recreation space right on our river where folks can float, they can kayak, they can fish, they can bring their kids down and enjoy nature. I mean, we think about tourism in a rural community, and so much of that is nature related.
Right.
Duck River draws you in. You can go hiking along the riverbanks. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
I think there's even potential plans for like an amphitheater down there.
So, down the road.
At some point,
yes.
For entertainment.
I think at some point, Grindstone Cowboy will have a rooftop bar that you can overlooks
the river.
Yes.
And another overlook lower down there.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's a great resource, and we're glad.
Who else? What other town square has?
I mean, because that river's right on the square.
Has a river running right next to it.
Exactly.
I can't think of one.
And just need to be able to utilize that.
Yes.
And leverage that.
Well, and the city's putting in the work to make that happen for this community.
Absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes, and we're looking forward to it actually to see how that goes. And just another tourism asset is the Duck River.
That's right.
All of it, not just what's in the city, but all of it. Yeah, the number of kayakers during the summer is extremely significant. Mostly on the eastern side of the county, from down near kind of close to Normandy, and then into a little farther in towards.
I will be one of those kayakers this summer.
Is that right?
That's right.
You're going to get out there?
I love to float the river.
Okay.
Usually float the Elk River because I like to trout fish.
Yeah, you can just stand up in it.
You can.
2 feet deep, right?
It's very, very shallow. Water's very, very cold. It makes for great trout fishing.
That's a little south of us.
We're going to venture down the Duck this year.
Okay, outstanding. So we look forward to folks. It's almost river season, as a matter of fact.
That's right.
It'll be warming up here pretty soon, and folks will get up back on the river. I know when I'm on patrol at the Sheriff's Department, I spend a lot of time going to the river put-in spots and take out. It's just a bunch of great people. Usually not any issues, but just a lot of folks getting down there and having a good time. Families, a lot of families coming out and having a good time and spending some money while they're here in Bedford County. Because if you go through those parking lots, you're going to see 5, 6 to 10 different counties of vehicles.
Without question.
So that means they're coming here and spending some money here.
Yes. Hopefully they're buying their bait here.
Yep.
They're buying they're packing their cooler here out in Kroger's parking lot.
If they rent kayaks, they're renting them here.
They're renting their kayaks here.
And going on. So look forward to that. Always a great season down on the river, and what a great resource we have here. Now, there's something that I know you've talked a little bit about here in the past, but we have a go-kart. Is there that way to put it?
Well,
how do we say it? I don't want to say it wrong.
It's more like Indy kart racing. It's
kart racing?
It's high-speed karting.
And that's on 231 North.
Yes.
Right before you get to Unionville Highway, Unionville Decent Road, right there south of the Methodist Church.
Music City Kartplex. And if you have not been out, I cannot wait for the weather to get just a little bit warmer, because I feel like I'll spend a couple lunch breaks there. Okay. You like to drive fast? I do. Okay. The course is, I've had an opportunity to tour. The course is immaculate, impressive. The facility itself, I think they've got a couple simulators in there, so if you want to practice a little bit beforehand, it's just, what an incredible resource. And I think at some point there may be some plans to host different types of events there, bringing in folks from outside the community. And from everything I've heard, they're doing very well out there. And I don't think that there is a high-speed karting facility similar to this in Middle Tennessee, at least not that I'm aware of. Closest would be Gatlinburg.
So nobody has a river like we have.
Correct.
Here in the community. Nobody has a indoor arena facility like we have. Mm-hmm. Nobody has a carplex facility like we have.
That's right.
Nobody has a distillery with the Humble Baron, the world's longest bar, like we have. Mm-hmm. We're just naming off all kinds of stuff here, Kelly.
Yes.
That help benefit our community.
Don't forget Tennessee Downs. We need to talk.
Campus. We need to talk about them. I mean, that's going in near the carplex out there.
Correct. Yes.
Very close.
Neighbors with nearest green.
Okay, and that's going to be where folks, it's going to be like a test track out there, I guess.
It's a concourse. And
concourse.
For high-end exotic
I was going to say, don't say test track.
Yes.
Yeah, a concourse where we're talking like, Lamborghinis, things like that.
Maseratis, Bugattis.
Maseratis. Yes. You bring both of yours out there then.
Oh, well. And, bring a BMW maybe.
Well, okay, all right. But, I mean, and they're going to have like car condos out there where folks come into our community. They can stay there with their cars because these are really high-end.
To our airport.
Really high-end cars, right?
Yes.
And come here and spend money.
That's right.
Pay sales tax, and then leave.
Yes.
But, yeah, we're looking forward to that. I know we had a briefing on that a while back, and looking forward to those folks being successful out there.
Tennessee Downs
making that happen.
Will have a huge impact on this community once it gets through its development. I'm really looking forward to what they bring to Bedford County.
So, I mean, we got 2-3 minutes left, Kelly, and we've talked about a whole host of things going on here in Bedford County, which a lot of the people probably don't sit there and inventory that every day. We just inventory it for them. But how are you guys involved with that at the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership?
So we are designated as the destination marketing organization for Bedford County, and that means that we're charged with promoting all of these tourism assets. We work very closely with the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development and the South Central Tennessee Tourism Association to ensure that not only are we promoting these tourism assets locally, but they're getting regional exposure too. Because again, we want to draw in people from outside of our community to visit all of these unique facilities. So we work very closely with those two state agencies. We also administer, and oversee tourism marketing grants that come down from the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development. And so we've been awarded over $130,000 in tourism marketing grants in the last year and a half to promote these unique assets in Bedford County.
I know I've heard the folks that work for the South Central Tourism Organization talk about Bedford County having the most potential of any of the counties that they work. And they work with, 8 or 12 counties? 13. My bad. Counties, and us having the most potential for growth in that area, which can have a
Well, we're centrally located geographically, right? And we have, I'm going to go back to my word from earlier in the broadcast, a plethora of assets in the community. I mean, you can
do a lot of different things. It's just not a single focus thing, right?
Yes, which is what makes our community unique, is that it's not just a single focus. I mean, folks can come here and spend a weekend and have, or a week for that matter, and have such a wide variety of diverse activities to engage in. And then if they feel the need to dip on down to Lynchburg and visit Jack Daniels,
well, that's okay. That's okay.
That's fine.
Stop here first.
Yes, but stop here first.
And and so I know you guys are the DMO organization for the county. When I say for the county, for Bedford County, not for necessarily the government, but for Bedford County, in promoting all these. So you work with all these organizations then on seeing what their needs are as far as promotion and helping them find those resources, right?
Yes.
Outstanding. Well, that's we're about out of time, Kelly. Is there anything else you want to add before we go off the air?
Guys, friends, make sure you visit all of these phenomenal places that we've talked about this morning. It will be well worth your trip over, and I promise you will enjoy them.
I know folks really appreciate what you and your staff do to help promote economic workforce development, tourism, Chamber of Commerce, the whole thing here in Bedford County. I hear compliments all the time on that. And so thanks to you, and let you folks know everybody appreciates what you all do to make Bedford County a better place to live and important work.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that.
Affecting that quality of life here in Bedford
Yes.
County. And that's anytime anybody's doing that, we want to pat you on the back and thank you for doing that. Folks, we've been talking to Kelly North, the Vice President of the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, the Economic Development, Workforce Development, Chamber of Commerce, and Tourism folks here in Bedford County. We have 11 government-related talk shows here every month. Hear it straight from the horse's mouth right here on WLIJ 98.7. Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. Until next time.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple stranded pocketed coils give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company, 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care. WLIJ is now streaming from our app. Download WLIJ 98.7 on the App Store or Google Play. The leader in pure classic country.